boy Nigel Uno. I got my boy Ace with me, and we got a special guest, our brother Mo Star. So today we're gonna be talking about more trade rumors. This time they call him the point guard, Chris Paul. There's two teams that he could be going to: the Los Angeles Lakers or the Milwaukee Bucks. What do you guys think is the better fit for Chris Paul? And what are real expectations if either of these teams get Chris Paul? Ace, I'll start with you.
I believe that the ideal team that's being rumored to possibly get him is definitely the Milwaukee Bucks. I feel like they have more team that fits his play style more and actually has the assets to actually get him versus the other team that's rumored, the Lakers. I think the Lakers is more of like a fantasy destination for him, a place where he's more that he personally wants to go to versus actually going to the location. So Milwaukee fits him better because Milwaukee needs another leader besides Giannis. Eric Bledsoe ain't doing the job. Middleton ain't doing the job. So I feel like besides those two players, I feel like if they get rid of those players for Chris Paul, possibly, and they have probably the right assets to actually obtain him, probably throw in some couple of draft picks, throw in some budding stars like DJ Wilson and players like that. Maybe DiVincenzo to probably swing the deal to obtain him versus the Lakers. There's nobody to get him, so that's what I think. How about you, Mo Star?
I feel like Chris Paul at this stage in his career and how he played well in OKC, the Lakers will be a great fit for him. Just because the Lakers need a point guard, Rondo is not doing anything for them. And at the same time, he's a free agent. Most likely they'll get rid of him. So I feel like Paul, his great facilitator ability on court and would work best with LeBron and AD's offense. And, LeBron could also play with his BFF. But for, the Bucks, I feel like the only way that the Bucks could be a potential for him is, if Andrew Bogut is fully healthy. And then, in that case, they both will be a great duo because Andrew Bogut could help him score in the paint, while Chris Paul, due to his passing ability, could make him a better shooter. So I think that'll be a win-win for them. But as Bogut is still not healthy, a race question mark for them in that case. So I feel like the best fit will be the Lakers. What about you, Sherlock?
I don't think Bogut's in the team anymore.
Yeah, maybe you're thinking Brook Lopez or...
Yeah, Brook Lopez, another like that. I don't think Andrew Bogut. He's been left. He was traded to Golden State.
Brook Lopez, my bad.
Brook Lopez. Yeah, he's a throwback player. But go ahead.
But yeah, I agree with Mo in terms of I feel like LA would be the destination. They just won the championship. They want to repeat, and leadership doesn't hurt. CP3 showed that he could still ball at a high elite level. He's still a great leader, and him and LeBron James, they're buddies, they're friends. He's accustomed to LA. I know he has a home there, so why not go back to LA? With AD is just gonna increase and help the trajectory of that team becoming the third star, because I feel like he is still playing at a star level, and yeah, I don't think that they will lose much considering his age, but it would be difficult if you're the OKC not to ask for a high price. So maybe a buyout is in store. But we'll see how that goes. But I honestly see Chris Paul going to the best chance of winning a championship. And I don't think the Bucks are yet proven to do anything there. They haven't proven that they're capable of competing for a championship, losing in the second round with such a talented team have the best record. That was very embarrassing. And I don't think they have enough pieces. And I don't think Giannis is there yet to lead them to a championship. So for that reason, I see Chris Paul fitting better in LA. So to continue, what do you guys think? Is Chris Paul even worth pursuing? Is he too old? Because both of these teams might have to give up something in return. Might have to give up young players like Kuzma or some draft picks in the case of Milwaukee. Do you guys think he's even worth pursuing at this age? Ace?
When it comes to the Milwaukee Bucks, I believe that is worth the risk because the team with it right now, I don't think they can go any higher than this. So you got to take a risk. So that's the only free agent I can really look at and be like, oh, they need him versus that free agent like player on the market. Like the other players on the market, Jrue Holiday, possibly Bradley Beal if the Wizards feel like they're inclined to, but they're probably not. But at the moment, he's the only player worth for the Bucks to actually take a chance at versus other players on the market. So yes, for the Bucks, yes, 100%. It's reasonable. Both sides get Bucks got some young assets to give up and draft picks versus the Lakers. No, they probably are less inclined to trade for Chris Paul. I feel like that's more of a way to please LeBron James more than anything else. So in that term, the Lakers no, Milwaukee Bucks yes. How about you, Mo?
I feel like for the Lakers, they could take Kuzma out of their roster because he didn't do much for them this playoffs, and even in the finals he didn't do nothing. Even in the preseason, and I feel like basically since Chris Paul was playing really good at the OKC, and if he's healthy, I feel like he could be a great fit for the Lakers and could be an all-star point guard for them and help them win the NBA Finals. He doesn't need to shoot that much. He could just be like, there will be no load on him as AD and LeBron are doing most of the work, but as in making a better facilitator on the court and just making their plays offensively run smoothly. I feel like he could be the guy for it. So I'm stuck to that in my opinion. How about you,
All right,
Shala?
man. That was a good point. I agree that it doesn't hurt to have a third option that's a calming presence, a leader, especially in the playoffs. You saw how integral Rondo was to them, and then imagine somebody like Chris Paul. You get everything you get with Rondo, but with better shooting ability. And I generally believe a better leader. So yeah, I think Chris Paul is worth trading for, and he doesn't have much left on his contract, and you just sign him on short-term deals until he's no longer himself. But yeah, you could get potentially 3 more seasons out of him. Next question that I want to pose to you guys is, does that trade make either of these teams championship teams, or just the interesting dynamic to add to the mix? What are you saying, Ace?
100% for the Lakers. It will make them they're already a playoff contender as long as they have LeBron James, Anthony Davis combination. So it's more like for the Lakers, the rich getting richer versus Milwaukee Bucks that actually adds value to their roster, that actually adds nuance. Have pick and roll options with him and Giannis, plus Brook Lopez. It feels like all around the Bucks is more equipped for Chris Paul versus the Lakers, where LeBron's already a playmaker, ball handler, initializer for offense versus the Bucks. Beyond Giannis, I believe their offense is pretty stagnant. That's how they lost the Raptors. So to simply just say, Chris Paul he just fits the Milwaukee Bucks a lot more. That's the argument that I'm going with. It's not really nothing crazy. It's pretty obvious. As for leadership, he fits the Milwaukee Bucks more because Chris Paul is a winner, even though he never went to the finals. Just that the professionalism he brings, the quality he brings. The Lakers is more like ruining the cohesion they have and the roster they have. I believe they should go for Rondo and Dwight Howard back, retain those free agents. Maybe KCP, even though you can replace him with another free agent. So I believe the Lakers don't need him as much as the Bucks, and Lakers are already contender, while Bucks are not contenders. They lost the past 2 seasons, and I believe Chris Paul can make them even more likely a better contender versus the Lakers. That's what I believe. And how about you, Mostar?
I feel like it will be a great dynamic fit for Chris Paul to be the Lakers, because now there's going to be a lot of competition in the West. You have the Warriors, Klay Thompson fully healthy, Steph Curry fully healthy, and they have the second number draft pick. Who knows if they get LaMelo Ball, which is a really great young talent, or Andrew Edwards. Like, you have a lot of these young uprising stars coming into the NBA that are hungry. So having Chris Paul, an elite point guard, and an all-star, can literally give them a great boost and lift those competitions off, which will make them secure a finals or even a championship. Because now LeBron and them, it was easy for them to win because there was not that much competition in the NBA. Like, you got AD and LeBron James, top 5, all NBA first team. But now if you have Curry healthy, you have Klay Thompson healthy. Even in the East, you got Kevin Durant healthy, playing alongside Kyrie Irving. Like, this year, 2021, I feel like the NBA is going to change. There's going to be a lot of more competition involved. So you need any extra players that will help you secure your spot, or that will help you be a very elite championship contender. So I feel like adding Chris Paul to the team would just secure the Lakers a spot in the finals. Regarding these competition, regarding the players and all those, and at the same time you have these young stars that are coming in: LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, James Wiseman, like great young stars that I feel like have great potential in the NBA and are future all-stars. So as it's getting more competitive, I feel like Chris Paul is like the number one, the it guy to push the Lakers to win a back-to-back NBA championship.
All right, thank you guys. You guys both gave some interesting opinions and points, some valid points. And I think we've covered this topic very well. And we want to leave it up to the viewers. What are your guys' opinion? Do you guys think that Milwaukee is a better fit? Do you think LA is a better fit? Let us know. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll drop more videos for you guys. So yeah, that's all we got for you through the wire.